This is the Pilot's News Briefing Podcast. I'm Frank Daniels. With me today is Anna Risano from the Pilot's Newsroom, bringing us the latest news in Moore County. And I thought today we could combine forces because you and I both wrote a story about the business and property at the corner of West Connecticut and Northwest Broad, right?
Yes. Which
is where Doug's Auto Center is situated. Mm-hmm. And that business has been a downtown staple since 1993, when the business's namesake Doug Thomas began it, and then he subsequently passed away in 2011. But just before that happened, his grandson was in high school and started to express an interest in the trade and started working there after school. And before Doug passed away, he encouraged Keaton, his grandson, who is now the owner of Doug's, to pursue it as a career, which he did. And he went to Sandhills Community College, and while he was getting his feet under him and learning the trade, he was running the shop as the head mechanic, but his parents, Philip and Connie Thomas, were running the front of operations, and I think Philip did some mechanic work as well, but Connie is still there. She's kind of, Keaton says, the face of the business because that's who everybody sees. But that was about 8 years ago that he took over, but a few years ago you kind of started to report on the property as well because of was it a historic commission meeting at that time?
Yes.
Or no, I guess it was 3 years ago now.
Yeah, roughly.
2.5.
Yeah.
In 2023.
Yes, 2023, a preliminary project idea went in front of the Southern Pines Historic District Commission with landowner and developer Andy Bledgy proposing an idea to remove Doug's Auto Center and change the use of the property into a kind of mixed commercial and residential use. But it was still pretty open what that could look like. He just wanted to gather feedback to see if the town would be open to something like that. And then it kind of faded away. The project work went on in the background for it, and it only recently popped up again and will be a more finished idea is going to be presented to the commission this Thursday, who will make a decision on if the project moves forward or not.
Which would be February 12th, right?
Yes. What's today?
I think
10th?
Today
Yes.
is the 10th, yes. Okay. So, and I think it must have popped up again because the same reason why I'm now reporting on it. I guess maybe to jump back a little bit, Keaton told me that around that same time that proposal or semi-proposal went in front of the Historic Commission, he and his immediate family found out that some of the other members of the family had entered into contract to sell the property to Andy Bledgy, right. Which was a big surprise to him and many in the community, as you've said. You know, I think you said that it was the people in the meeting were surprised to see it come in front of them. But he was shocked, he said. But at the same time, he found through some guidance from some other families, a business owner, a cousin of his who's a business owner, and some entrepreneurs and other business owners in the community kind of helped him, and the whole experience helped him kind of move ahead with his own thing. And so he started a new business, an LLC, that has operated Doug's since that time. And the reason why I stumbled on the story is because that LLC purchased land in Aberdeen. Right. And so around that time, he and Andy, which was last year, he and Andy Bledgy, agreed on a flexible lease extension, and he began to move ahead on moving Doug's, and that property is off of NC5 over on Shepherd Trail, near Fields Drive and the NC Self-Storage. And it has the land has started to clear, so that's why Keaton came. Keaton called me back and said, "All right, it's real now." So
It's happening,
right? And he has tried to look at this experience as a positive, a way to build a future that for a moment there he thought might be gone, and he really wants to continue to serve the community. He said to me the only thing that rivals his passion for fixing things, cars in particular, but fixing anything really, is kind of the relationships that he builds in the daily act of working at the shop. And he hopes to bring those relationships with him, but he's also really excited about establishing a new location, starting from scratch, building a more efficient operations, given the experience he's had in the shop. Right now they have 7 bays, 3 of which are just minor repair work, oil changes and alignments and stuff. And those are the 3 you can see from Broad Street. But then the 4 bays that have that can accommodate major work are only accessible by 2 doors.
Tricky.
Yeah, so sometimes the cars that are pulled in first, he has to coordinate or figure out a way to get them out if they finish work on them before they do the more recent cars that they pull in. I guess he's figured out a way to do it over time, but he's looking forward to arranging the new shop in a way that he'll have 8 bays, 7 of which will have the more heavy duty lift, and he still needs to have one with an alignment lift so they can do that. But he'll be able to get the cars in and out from 2 sides of the building, pull through,
Perfect.
Utilize all the bays independently. And he and his wife do a bunch of home renovation, and so they're designing the office, and I think that gets to the kind of the what he's going to continue doing normal operations like they do now, but he hopes that he can expand maybe into some commercial fleet work and stuff like that too.
In your story, you pointed out that he's anticipating maybe opening the new shop in midsummer, late summer.
That's what I did. I was kind of vague in that because he said the contractors are giving him a pretty short, maybe 4-month estimate on the short end, maybe 4 or 5 months. But he wants to be conservative in that estimate. So he and Andy Bledgy have discussed maybe 6 or 7 months, and I mean, he pointed to the recent snowstorm that happened after they started clearing the property as an example of the potential setbacks that could happen. So I think it's wise of him to be conservative, but that's just me. That's just my opinion on that. But so yeah, sometime maybe late summer.
Okay.
And I guess that wraps it up.
Yeah.
And if you have questions about that, of course, Anna will report on how the presentation for the new project at that corner goes after the Historic Commission reviews it on Thursday. But if you have other questions, you could send her an email to anna@thepilot.com. That's ANA@thepilot.com. And if you have questions for me about the other side of that story, you can send those to me to frank@thepilot.com. That's FRANK@thepilot.com. And that's the latest news in Moore County.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.